Hey, I'm Cole.
I'm Kenyon.
I'm Kwamin.
And I review bad self-help.
And we put it into our daily lives so you don't have to.
All right, so this week we're gonna try to make Kwamin some money because he really needs it. And so I'm gonna set him up with a stock account, and he's gonna follow the advice of the subreddit Wallstreetbets.
So what is Wallstreetbets?
Do I have to follow their advice, or what you want to do?
Yeah, we're gonna follow. So we'll check in with you weekly.
Okay.
Unless you lose all your money, which you probably will.
Also, I would like it if Kwamin became an instant millionaire. I just don't even know what he would do. You would just see like stacks and stacks of 7-Eleven pizzas at his house.
Yeah, I wouldn't let that happen.
You automatically transfer the funds. Kwamin's like, I'm on my last dollar.
Will you have access to my account?
You have to set up a stock account. I don't think Kwamin even qualifies to have a stock account.
What do you mean? How do you even set up a stock account?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a process. You have to like send in like verification and stuff. It's not just something you can do. So I'll set up a stock account in my name. You'll browse Reddit Wallstreetbets.
Will I get to keep my money?
Yeah, you'll get it.
Say I make my money.
Well, I'll start you off with $50, and anything you make over $50 you can keep. So if by the end of the whatever you make $60, you can have $10 of it.
It's like a dad explaining economics. Like, is this even the podcast, or you're just like, no, here's the thing, but small money over big time equals big money. All right, I guess this just feels like fucking parenting right now.
Yeah, I want chicken tenders now.
So I'll set up the account in my name. You browse the subreddit. You send me what you want to do with the stocks, and I'll make the transactions. How much do you know about stocks, Kwamin?
I watched Wolf of Wall Street. Actually, I learned a good bit. I did a lot of research after the movie. I don't know. I mean, I know. Like,
okay, so what do you know?
So what blue chip stocks and like pump and dumps and all that kind of stuff.
What is
like
a
that.
stock?
A stock? It's a share in a company, in a public company. You go public, and then your company, basically you make it so that people can buy shares in your company, and then depending on how well the company does, and depending on like outside societal pressure, money goes up or
this
goes down.
This podcast is a lot better if you're stupid. I know you need to prove something. If you prove something to me, but this isn't like a fun listen. It'd be better if you were just an idiot.
Do you have any real life experience in stocks outside of like Wolf of Wall Street?
No.
Does your family ever held stocks that you know about?
I don't think so. You have any stocks?
I used to hold stocks before paying off student loans. I invested in like Apple and some stuff like that.
Why would you invest in Apple? What's the point now?
Huge.
I'm saying, what's the point now?
It's like that's why
you're trying to get rich, right? So what's the point of
money
investing
doing stocks. I don't know why you're like, why are you investing in Apple? Like you.
How much would you make?
You know, huh?
How much would you make?
I mean, I only did it throughout college. I put in like 2,000, and at the end of college, I had like 2,500.
No, it's kind of trash.
That's not trash.
That is trash.
You made $500 over 4 years.
Yeah, that's.
Do you know? Do you know how? You guys are so stupid.
That's shit.
If you think that's trash.
As an investment strategy, I think $500 over 4 years is fucking horrible.
No, but you start with 2,000. Where else can you put $2,000
you made a
in
paycheck
and get back $500 in 4 years? Like, these are investment things.
If I hired
like
you to do a job and you had to pay $2,000 to get the tools, and then your first paycheck, your first and only paycheck after 4 years was $500.
You don't understand
like
stocks because that's not like I'm not paying them $2,000 to get $500 like what you said.
That's essentially what you did, though. Am I wrong here, Kenyon? Is that essentially not what he did? Was he paid $2,000 and he got $500? That's what you did.
No, I paid $2,000 and got $2,500 back.
So you got $500.
Yeah. So these are passive investments, Kwamin. So you can either have $2,000 in your bank account, and at the end of 4 years, how much is it? It's $2,000.
I feel like if you just had a savings account with like a high interest rate, that would almost be like the same fucking.
Yeah.
No,
like, if you just put that in like a CD, if you put that in like a CD.
No, he's right. He's kind of right. He didn't make $500. You made $2,500 over 4 years, right? Because you invested $2,000. Oh, sorry.
God, you're so.
Maybe you are not as good as I thought.
Should we start this again?
No.
I thought this.
No.
I thought this was cool. Yeah.
Okay.
This is dumb.
So
Good
a
job.
savings account investment rate is probably about 0.5%. So if you invest $2,000, you'll get 0.5% of that back over a year. So you'll have $2,002. That's how much you'll make in a savings account over a year.
Listen, all right.
That's nothing.
You made a solid decision.
That's nothing. Okay.
Because you only made $500.
A good return on a year for a stock account is like 7% over the year. So if you put in $200 over the year, 7% of that would be about like $15.
I feel like it only really matters if you have the money to, like, if you're a millionaire and you can buy 10,000 shares in Apple, then it matters, because then you'll make some money. But with that, you know what I mean? If you're like your average guy who can only afford to put $2,000 in, you're not going to make that. $500 over 4 years is nothing.
You got to take into account what your money's doing. So either you put that $200 in a savings account and get nothing, or you
buy
put that
cool
$200
shit with it instead.
And you buy
cool shit instead.
Then you have nothing except a cool new shirt.
And my PS4, my PS4 doesn't let me play one video game every 4 years. I'm just saying that.
It's not even a solid metaphor. That doesn't even make any fucking sense. Such a useless
That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'm just saying my fucking Wii doesn't work like that. Like,
Also,
yeah,
why would
you
invest in Apple? That's a company that's already doing it. Don't you want? Isn't the point? You invest in Apple.
See,
let me shut up.
The more this
you
goes on, the
invest
more
in the next
you
Apple.
find out how stupid. He started to sound smart about stocks.
You invest in the next big stock, right? So you
no one knows what the next big
exactly.
If
so you have to go out and try to find it. That's the point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what Reddit Wallstreetbets does.
That's what they do.
That's
they're
what
trying
they do.
to find what's going to be the next
They try
Apple,
to find what's going to be the next big. So they don't want to make 7% over a year.
Yeah,
they want to make like 100% in a week. And that's why a lot of people on Reddit Wallstreetbets have gone bankrupt because it's very hard to find the next. If people knew what the next big stock was, like, people would be rich. So this is a subreddit.
Are there people who have gotten rich from it, from the subreddit?
People have probably gotten rich because, yeah, you get lucky once in a while. But this is a subreddit, so people are trying to find the next big thing, and they actively celebrate it when people lose all their money.
What do you mean?
Jesus.
Because it's a meme culture. Like, it's just people are like kind of mean to each other. It's like if like 4chan and
just 4chan, like, what it's about stocks.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And it's a lot of like alt-right people. That Martin
Shkreli or whatever.
Yeah, he was a moderator on that subreddit.
Oh,
and
really?
he's like there like.
But who's that?
He was the guy who raised the pill. He worked for an insurance company, right? And he not insurance company, pharmaceutical company.
Oh, we're talking about the farmer bro guy.
He raised it by like 2,000%. What are you talking about? He's a businessman.
Yeah, he's a moderator.
Is it
he
illegal
was
to
a
make a profit?
moderator on that subreddit.
I want to talk to this. Is it illegal to make a profit, comrade?
He charged like at 800 times for fucking. He raised the bill to like I think $850 per.
It's profit. So capitalism is now against the law. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you sound like everyone on that subreddit.
I'm trying to get in the spirit of.
Also, Kwamin, you have $3.
I'm trying to get.
You should be definitely more of a communist day by day.
I'm trying to get into the spirit of the Wall Street.
Defending a man who someone's dying of AIDS just so this dude could buy the own Wu-Tang album. Wasn't that a thing? He was like a huge Wu-Tang guy. Yeah.
Yeah, so he was a moderator.
He's in
on
prison
that.
right now, isn't he?
Yeah, that's why he's not a moderator anymore.
I know he was convicted. Did he like go to jail yet?
Yeah.
Oh wow, so he's like in jail. Yeah, he got sentenced like 7 years.
You could tell just from the look on his face that's like the type of dude he was. He was like smiling. Remember in court they told him to stop smiling.
So yeah, you know his personality. He was like very kind of like
an
edgy teenager.
He's a monstrous human being.
Meme kind of person. That's what the whole subreddit's like. And,
Jesus.
So you're gonna.
Let me look this. Can I look it up right now?
No, don't look it up right now. But you're gonna take financial advice for them, and we'll check back on you weekly or whatever, or until you lose all your money, or until you become
A millionaire.
Yeah.
Until I quit this goddamn podcast.
I would want to see what Kwamin with $1 million looks like. I just can't even fucking imagine. I just imagine you overdosing on French fries. Like you're just sitting in a restaurant, like bring me another, and it's just baskets on baskets of French fries.
It'd probably be the same, except he has like a walk-in closet filled with just clothes and nothing. That's all you spend your money on.
You'd still be 45 minutes late and blame the train. Like you have your own limousine. You're like, yeah, but there's a problem.
Even
if you had $1 million, you would just shove more wads of cash into Cole's face to try to get him to buy you 40s. That's all it would It'd be 8 40s instead of one.
I'd be very productive.
How? What would you do with a lot of money?
A portion of it is going to have to be invested. I don't know stocks, so I'd find someone who knows, we're going to open a portfolio or whatever the hell people do, and the portion of it.
No, you're going to know stocks by the end of this.
Yeah, see, portion of it goes to that because I'm not, just so you can try to make money and shit like that. Another portion would be going to some donations, and then
okay.
Yeah, and the rest is going to blow.
This is totally not true. This is like
This
is like what you read in a book somewhere. like yeah, put a portion in savings, invest a portion of it, and then live off like $100 a week. No, you would
blow the whole thing in like a week.
I would not blow it in a week.
You would blow it in a week.
I would not blow it in a week.
100%.
No way.
Yeah, 100%. I've seen you with no job get $500 and then go to a restaurant before, and it's just deplorable what you have done in there. Just fucking you're just swiping that card like there's no tomorrow, blowing. Do you realize you're rock bottom? You don't even have like a fun rock bottom story. It's like, yeah, I went to Home Tavern and brought 5 PBRs and got a burrito, and now I'm here on the street corner shaking a cup. So you with $1 million, I imagine you would just buy everyone burritos for a night, and then it'd be like you're done.
Because every payday I've seen you have, by the end of that night, you're like, yeah, there's like $10 left in my bank account.
Also, to be fair, his payday is like $60 anyway. So Kwamin trying to party for 2 minutes automatically bankrupts everything. Yeah, this is why this episode's been weird. Is you've been trying to pretend like you're a halfway respectable person.
What are you talking about?
You asked you what you do the $1 million, and you're like, I would. You literally the tone of voice changed as if you were like under court. You fucking earlier tried to pretend you know stuff. You're garbage. You don't know anything. You're dumb. That's why we thought it'd be funny.
I would be.
The closest
give me my stock. Give me my stock. You make my portfolio. You're gonna see.
I'm not making your portfolio. You're making your own portfolio.
Whatever you.
He doesn't even understand what that word means. He doesn't know. He thinks he says that all the time.
Look, you set me up with the $50. Check back in 4 weeks, buddy. We'll see who's.
Got nothing going on.
You're gonna be begging me. You're gonna be begging.
You might as well
to be on Team Marshall.
The most.
I get my 50.
Even if a bet you made exceeded your wildest expectations, the most you would get back would be like $200.
To be fair, that is the equivalent of being a millionaire. That is he would still have the same level of ego attached.
Because the people that make a lot of money on the lucky people, they put like $1 million down on a stock.
Oh really?
Yeah.
They were like adult. I thought this would be like a bunch of teenagers shit. These are like adult men with like real mortgages and shit.
There's some adult men that they like lead the teenagers to like their doom. like so the adult men.
Who the fuck are these people? Who's just sitting here having a good time, like having someone like have to take out a save,
Well, basically, it's like multimillionaires. They can take the losses. They find it fun, I guess, to lose money, and so they post on there. And then like kids with their life savings are like, "Hey, this is funny," and so they put all their money on like stocks, and then they get wiped out, and then people just laugh at them on the subreddit.
That's fucking horrific.
That's funny. That's pretty funny. That's a fun culture.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna be a part of that culture, so.
Wallstreetbets.
So a week has passed. Kwamin's been surfing Reddit Wallstreetbets. How do you feel like you did this past week?
Well, I researched the subreddit. I got into it. So basically, the gist of it, for the listeners, is you take some money.
No, how do you feel like your investments did?
My investments. I mean, I bought some stocks. I told you to buy some stocks. What'd you get? What was the name of it?
Emergency medical systems or something.
It was volatile. It was shooting up and down.
Yeah.
And I bought it, and it shot pretty down.
I just keep imagining him going to like the World Trade Center trying to sell them an EBT card for like no, there's $50 left on this if I could get that all on Apple.
I lost a good amount of money. Yeah.
No, well, I mean, you started with $50. You got $42 now.
Okay.
But
my investment went to what did it shoot down to? Did it shoot down to nothing?
So we're gonna post the picture on the
it looks like I've never seen a stock graph go straight down as much as your investment did.
Yeah,
but
it went to like $0. It went to like $0.
It looks like you were skydiving, kind of. It just looked like you invested like you saw a cliff and you just jumped off of it with all of your money.
Yeah, usually they like squiggle like up and down a little bit. This is like a straight like 90-degree perpendicular drop.
It's a volatile stock. Yeah,
it's not even a stock anymore. The CEO killed himself.
It's a little.
And you needed this $50.
You play it a little bit. Give me 2 weeks. That stock is gonna be.
This is kind of like the Pursuit of Happiness alternate ending. Where he just dies under.
He doesn't get the job, and he comes home, and his kid's like, "So, Dad, what happened?" He's like, "You're going to live with your mom." That's what happened.
This is also kind of a cruel social experiment, right? Because Kwamin, correct me if I'm wrong, you're like negative $40,000. Like you have like. You're almost. I'm kind of just. Are you allergic to money? Like, are you legitimately allergic to having any sort of? Because so instead, Cole could have just given you $50. Yeah. Instead, he gave him in his account that he cannot use doing stocks. Is what people do when they have money. So you're sitting there, your stomach is rumbling, and you're like, if I get 7% interest, I might be able to afford a pizza in a year.
So Kwamin, how much money do you got in your bank account right now?
It's negative 70.
You have negative $70.
Negative $70.
So I could have given you this $50. You still wouldn't be
negative $20.
I'm a spender. Look, you can't take that money to your grave. So you get rid of it. that's the philosophy.
But you're going to your grave right now. Do you understand?
That's the philosophy.
You're going to your grave tonight. I guess.
Maybe I have squeaked by.
So you need to work for 2 days to be at zero.
Yeah.
How did you get negative $80?
I'm a grifter. I pulled the old the Venmo scam.
Oh yeah, tell Kwamin.
Yeah, let's. I don't know what the Venmo.
Tell Kenyon about this Venmo scam that
Venmo,
he told.
If it's like the weekend.
Okay, wait, Cole. Can you put on Eyes of an Angel real quick?
Venmo does not process your money over the weekend. So say it's Saturday, and I owe Kenyon $400 for rent, but I also owe Cole $50 for something, and I have $400 in my bank account. I can send you both. I can send you $400. I can send him $50, and on Monday my bank will be negative $50.
Yeah, he thinks this is a scam that he's pulling
it's
over
it's
on
Venmo. They do charge you. Yeah, they charge you some pretty bad like going negative fees. The Bank of America they get a little upset.
Is your credit score just? It's just your age.
I don't know what it is.
Your credit score is just your age.
I like how he calls them going negative fees when there's a clearly defined term for them that
He's so broke he doesn't even understand the concept.
They get upset. Before they would charge me like $30, but now I've done it like 9 times.
Do you? So when you go to, can we have like a thing where we film you going to a bank and just try to go to the teller and be like, I'd like to take out $20. And then the look of shock on her face when she sees you have negative $100, and you assure her, "No, I pulled the Venmo scam." And they're like, "Sir, please escort." They're gonna escort you out of the building as you're trying to get a free cup of coffee on the way out.
It's a scam that it burns both ways.
It's not a scam.
It's not even a scam.
Sword.
No,
it is. Well, it's a.
You're
scam.
Not even making.
It's
any
a scam in this. I'm not making money, but I have money that for like a day you have money that you don't
It's like
have.
if you owed $50 to someone, and you're like, oh, I got this cool loan shark scam where I go get money from this guy, and then I have to pay him back more later. But
it's not even a scam.
It's not a scam. It's not a scam.
You are already in a hole, and
it's not a scam as much as look. It's a double-edged sword, all right. So I can
just a one-edged sword that cuts you in the fucking
I don't have.
Slate. It's like if you were in a hole and you had a shovel and you dug yourself further and you're like, guys, wait, check this out. You poured gasoline on yourself, lit yourself on fire, and called that a scam.
No, because see, I can like send somebody rent money, and I can buy groceries too.
Yeah, it's like a short-term thing, but
it's not a long-term investment. It's essentially like your own payday loan.
But you do realize we're talking short-term, like 1 day. You get 1 day a week where you're able to afford ramen noodles, and then come Tuesday, you're right back to Fucktown.
Oh yeah. It's a week by week.
Can we follow you? Like, what do you do?
It's a week.
Like,
by
how are
week
you gonna
grind.
eat when you leave here?
Go home, make some pasta.
So you could have really used that $50 that I put in a
Yeah, it was a little shitty, to
in
be
a
completely
stock
honest.
account that you'll never see.
It was
Yeah,
kind of
you
like dangling a
psychopath.
carrot above Kwamin's face.
He's
Just
a
right.
monster. He's an evil person.
Yeah,
But you're also,
Sick
like,
satisfaction.
I'm not
clearly-
I'm not that evil though, because in the middle of the week you texted me and you're like, "Hey, I'm setting up my own Robinhood stock account."
Because I needed to invest in stocks, and I can't.
You do
I
not
can't have
need to invest in
Well,
stocks.
first of all, this is for the pod, all right? And I
need to
can't.
You need to invest in your stomach today. If you want to talk about a versatile stock, your stomach is going from 0.
I can't afford
100%.
to text you if I see someone saying like, "Hey, you got to invest in this right now in like 10 minutes." I can't afford to text you. I got to be able to do it myself.
Kwamin is the human equivalent of a penny stock.
I felt really evil when I got that text because I'm like, no, this is not. He shouldn't be more into losing money than.
I'm not losing money. I'm about to make money, baby.
You're not gonna make money on
You put-
Wall Street bets.
You put some cash in there, all right? EME is going up 20%. 3 days, I tell you.
No, it's not. Yeah, he texted me. He also said, "Yeah, put it in this stock. It's volatile." Do you
That's
even
the
know
whole
what that
point.
means?
Yeah,
It moves up and down rapidly. That's the whole point. I'm doing. This is the website you put me on. I'm trying to use what you said.
Did you How did you find the website? Like
What do you mean?
did you like it? Because it looks like it did make you more interested.
Oh, it's insane shit, but it's
Yeah.
fun. It's fun. It's very fun. I saw. There's
Yeah,
a
I think
teenager
that's
on
one
there.
of like the big benefits
Yeah.
of it.
There was
I
a
don't know
s-
if it's a benefit, but it does make investing in stocks a little bit more fun.
There was a 16-year-old
it.
who he made like $40,000 off of like $500. So it is. I mean, it's crazy stuff, but also every other post is some guy who's like 45 and he's like, "Yeah, I put 10 grand in and I lost all of it."
Jesus.
It's funny.
So why is that fun or funny?
Well, it's fun. Well, it's fun because people.
Some man just ruined his whole life, and you're like, this is a great time.
Because
I
the
love
other
this.
people will tell him to do it. So the guy's like, "I got like 10 grand. Should I do this?" Huh? And everybody's like, "Yeah, do it." And then he does it, and he loses all the money. Like, you're a fucking idiot. And
And
they all laugh at him.
you know a little bit more about stocks and stuff too,
Yes,
right?
I know a little bit
I know
more about losing everything.
I know very little about stocks.
Oh, really?
They don't really teach you anything on that website. They just
encourage you to go.
yeah,
off
they're
the
just like,
cliff.
yeah, you have 20 grand, fucking invest in this. And if
Yeah.
you like ask for help, like, hey, can you like teach me about this? They're like, all right, put like $500 into this, and you'll see what happens.
I looked
We
on
should have just
the.
convinced him that like a piggy bank is a stock. Like we're just. Well, we put all Kwamin's money in. So we gave him fake Monopoly money that he thinks he's putting into.
Yeah, I looked into the thread after this whole stock like dropped like 20% in a day, and someone was just like, "I can't stop buying this shit just to have the adrenaline rush followed by despair and depression when I made the wrong choice," which I feel kind of sums up the whole thing, right? It's an adrenaline rush.
Yeah, it's like a drug thing. You get real high because for like 10 minutes. I mean, it's just gambling. It's just very high stakes gambling, right?
It's not even like high stakes. It's like gambling, but people think they know more than other people at the table.
Yeah. It's like if you like, no, I got a real strong feeling about Red 13 on Jackson.
Yeah.
But it's like you are just.
Yeah, because there was this stock. People thought it was going to do well because they were going to release like a press release saying their drug got approved by the FDA or whatever, and so people were suspecting it to be passed, and that the stock would shoot up after that, and it did get passed, but the stock went straight down after that, which
It's volatile.
yeah, no one could really
You
explain.
should get into Wallstreetbets, Kevin.
Huh? No.
Why not?
Because I'm poor and I know I'm poor. Because I'm not you. Because I'm not an idiot.
Be a rich
I
man.
need to invest the money in buying shoes without
Didn't
holes
you,
in them. And
didn't
shit.
you watch Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah. He went to jail at the end. It's not a happy story. He's in prison.
No, he didn't. He got free. He
Yeah,
ra-
now after he went to jail.
He never went. Did you watch the movie? He never went to jail. He ratted on everybody. He got free.
Oh.
Happy ending.
That was
Yeah,
not.
it's not gonna be
it
a
was
happy
not
ending for you.
It
Though.
was a bittersweet, and
He
was
lost all of his money.
Yeah.
Basically.
Those 10 years. Those 10 years.
You're not going to be Wolf. You with Wolf of Wall Street for you is having $100. That you invest in a 20 bag of what you think is cocaine, which is crushed up Tylenol you brought from a dude on the red line, and just endless baskets of fries at Portillo's is Wolf of Wall Street.
I like some Portillo's.
And
fries.
then yeah. So after your stock dropped 20%, it also the stock got sued, And
What do you mean they got? What does that mean?
It's now it's investigated for a violation of federal security laws.
God damn it. That happened to mine?
Yeah.
You feel like it was older than Kwamin.
Wait, how
like
the fuck did
somehow.
that happen? Why did
People
it
were
happen?
mad that they lost so much money so quickly.
Yeah, it's a volatile stock. You chose to play the market.
You don't even seem
what?
like.
Yeah, like, are you a sociopath?
Upset?
Yeah, because if I had your life, I would probably.
I put
be in
seven.
tears.
I put
I'd be in
$7
constant
of
tears.
your money into the stock, and I'm not.
Yeah,
broken
but
hearted.
I feel like if this
didn't
was your
shoot
own
up.
money, you would have lost like all your money and it'd be like, yeah, it was volatile. I knew what I was going
Yeah,
into.
do you like
was-
actually?
It
do you
was
care about your life?
$7 of a stock. I'm not in tears because $7 of Cole's money is gone.
He's gonna be homeless, just shooting heroin. He's like, it's a volatile drug. What can I tell you?
You shouldn't be in tears over this $7, but you got negative $70.
Yeah,
and
you
you're
should be in tears
like
over
that.
I'm not just walking on the street jerking off. I am applying the job. I do not want to have negative $70.
Why, how can you still defend your ego?
I'm not defending an ego. You're acting like I'm like yeah.
Your
I
ego
love
is like the
$7.
last man at the Alamo shooting reality as it comes on all sides. You're like, no, I'm still worth the damn. Just shooting. Dude, your life is in shame.
I'm not.
So you did have you did have a job offer though, right?
Yeah, I got one today.
No, not an interview. Like
The one. Yeah, but it was in it was in like the very very shitty part of the place in Chicago with the third highest murder rate. I wasn't gonna.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're gonna die in a week anyway, you might as well make. Like,
I was not
$70.
gonna take that. I walked out of the job interview. I saw a guy getting arrested for selling heroin.
You should have asked him for a job. You were like, dude, now that you're going to jail, I'll cover this block where you're
that's
gone.
also not even that bad. Someone getting arrested for selling heroin.
Well, it's when it's like right
It's a
outside of the
volatile
place where I
job.
work.
It's a volatile industry.
I'm not doing that.
What do you
It's
mean?
awful. It was awful.
You know what that guy has? More than negative $80 in his bank account. I can tell you that right
also,
now.
people get arrested for selling heroin.
In the suburbs.
Yeah, everywhere.
Oh, but it was they were a little rough for them. You could it was not a good neighborhood.
Yeah, it's the type of man that needs a new cashier. No, but I don't have $80 in my bank account. I also haven't made 3 years worth of horrible decisions that have led me to this. So, also, what do you even put on your resume? So you've gotten fired from every job.
It says do not contact, baby. What are you talking about?
Do you just pass them a CD?
Every experience
I got
you
one.
have,
I have one very very good reference, and then every other reference is like do not.
Do you just
do not
pass
contact.
them a piece of computer paper that says "Do not ask questions"? Bring your
They keep
resume. in
hiring
here.
me.
No.
They like me.
Who's gonna hire you?
They like me. The last person just hired me. The person who's gonna hire me now.
The guy in Garfield Park.
What do you say? No,
And
no,
also
no,
the worst
new
thing is
one.
you. So the last job you had, which is your lifeline. This is the only thing. You show up 40 minutes late.
I did not show up
to
40
the only
minutes late.
thing that.
You told me you showed up an hour and a half late once.
That was different.
Why was that different?
Well, it wasn't like I woke up and then fucked around. I woke up late.
I feel like you know
that's
the
not
There
different at all.
is a difference between like waking up like an hour and a half late and then showing up late versus like I woke up like on time but then I kind of like fucked around my apartment for like 30 minutes and then I showed up late. There's a difference
You
between
guys
that.
know that shooter in Texas, the spree shooter that killed all the people on the college campus, and when they cut his brain open, he had like a tumor like right on his, and that's why he became like a homicidal maniac. Do you think that's like the case with you? Like, is there just a tumor in your head that makes you unable to make a reasonable decision?
Full of
Like
fries,
I think there's
fries
a tumor
and Portillo's
that
hot
makes
dog
you
mix.
unable to show up to things on time. Like when we
I
do the
show up on
autopsy, it's going
time.
to be right in the part of the brain that gives a shit about other people.
I show up on time.
No, you
Kwamin
don't.
has been 30 minutes to an hour late to every podcast, and not only every
That is
podcast,
not
but I
true.
think every commitment you've ever had.
That
in
is
your life.
not true.
I bet it was you were a fetus. Your mom's sitting there looking at her fucking watch like this guy was due yesterday.
Last week I was on time, baby.
Okay, 1 week out
This
of
guy was
out
born
of
claiming
8.
that the bus got fucking delayed.
All right, what's the next thing?
So you created a stock account after this week.
Yeah. Well,
What do you plan
I'm
to-
still waiting for them. I didn't check it. I created it when I was trying to invest in that one stock because you weren't replying, and so I was like, I gotta fucking invest in this, and then I just like I left it alone. So I didn't put any money or anything into it.
Do you plan on putting money in it?
I mean, probably not, because I still have this.
You plan on
If
doing
you'll be more responsive when I tell you to buy the stock, I could have bought that, sold it off. I wouldn't have lost as much money.
No, you wouldn't.
I had to sit there and wait
you
on you.
Investing in stocks is like if there was a burning building and you were just throwing cups of water at it. That's just
I'm sitting there having to wait on. I'm texting this guy. I'm waiting 30 minutes. I'm like, Cole, buy the fucking stock.
You can't. You were texting me after hours. It didn't matter. Like when I put it in.
You should have explained how the stock market worked before that happened.
You gotta wake up before 11, dude. You're not even in sync.
No, you gotta wake up before 9 to.
Yeah. This guy wakes up at 4 o'clock.
If you're gonna be responsive, I don't need to put any money into it.
Also,
if you're gonna buy my stocks when I ask you to.
And I don't think you can buy stocks using the Venmo trick. So
I won't need the Venmo trick.
It's not even a trick.
I won't need when SMS shoots up 10,000%. When SMS shoots up 10,000%, we won't need the Venmo trick, baby.
No, you're doomed.
I'm not doomed.
We're gonna have to start finding a new person for the podcast after Cole died. I feel like it's just gonna be a case of like, wait, how did Kwamin die? It's like he was just so apathetic he forgot to breathe.
That's a weird dynamic. You and Cole by yourselves.
no,
we'll get
we'd
somebody
find
else. Yeah,
someone
fine.
else.
You replace me? I'm irreplaceable. I am a part of this.
Listen,
podcast
as every
foundation.
McDonald's manager has known, you're very replaceable.
I am a part of this podcast foundation from the very core.
You're part of us stressing the fuck out. We had to read self-help before the podcast just to deal with you being late. We meditate every time just to get our blood pressure low enough to deal with you for an hour. I wasn't that
late.
You're literally 30 minutes to an hour late every single podcast.
I refuse to believe that's true. I was not though. This was a one-time incident. All right?
Wait, what was?
Being late today.
No, it was not. The one time you were on time was a one-time incident.
To the listeners, you guys know who to believe. So, I run the Twitter, baby. I got the support of the fan base.
No, the only message I've gotten about our podcast said that they listened to it and they became more racist.
That is true. Yeah. We actually are inspiring. But to be fair, it's not because we just hate Kwamin, right? It doesn't have to do with black people. It's just that you're a bad person.
I'm not a bad person.
Objectively are a bad person.
What are you talking about?
I want to start because I don't hate any group of people, but I do. We could have a hate rally about you specifically. Like we could just have a hate rally. I am anti-Kwamin.
What's going on? I showed up to the pod. All right, I'm an integral part of this podcast.
Every horrible stereotype that they've said about groups of people. We built something
together.
If Hitler's rallies were just about you, he'd be a hero.
Oh man! All right, what's the new book? All right, I want to move past the stocks.
No, we're on the stocks episode.
No, we're off the stocks.
We're on the stocks. It's not how the podcast.
You don't control it.
Yeah, shut up, shut up, Kavanaugh. You're not going to be able to change. You're not going to wiggle your way out of this one. We're on the stocks episode. Damn it! Now I want to know what happened on May 13th. You can't just be jumping around. If this episode's about how you're a piece of shit and you're broke, then it is.
It's not. These stocks are gonna. I got a couple things to say. First off, I'm doing all right. It's moving to a new place.
Not at all.
We're doing okay.
You scammed the new people you moved it. You have a month to make $600. You're negative 80.
That's not that much money.
It is though.
We'll get past this, baby. This has been.
What's your plan?
Yeah, let's.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is why you're incorrect. All right, because. Been in this situation multiple times, all right? I've heard you say to me at least 6 times, "Oh, you're fucked, man. This month, it's up." But every time I weasel through, don't I?
Yeah, but you've only done that for like 6 months.
Everything always gets... I'm doing that for a year. Everything always comes up.
What's the last thing you ate?
What did you say?
What's the last thing you ate?
I had some cookies.
That were at Cole's house when you got here. You had stale cookies.
I'm weaseling,
out
baby.
At Cole's house.
You sound like a mouse.
Did I tell you I got rats in my new place, by the way?
You should ask them for advice. They know how to get food. They have a job. The rat work ethic is what you need to aspire to. You need to start taking some notes when you see like, okay, yeah, he's fat. He gets up before 11. He's out. That rat has a family he's taking care of. That rat deserves that place more than you do, motherfucker.
I'll get through, baby. And then the next month, you'll be like, "Oh, you fucked this month." I'll weasel my way through. You can't get rid of me that easy.
Society, we have like you are at rock bottom.
You think society is? You've said this multiple times. This is like the 5th rock bottom. I'm gonna get out of it.
You just live there at this point. It's not even rock bottom. It's just Kwamin's home.
I am the master of rock bottom.
If you're Googling how to get home, you put in rock bottom in Google Maps. And
master of rock bottom, baby.
Jeez. It'd be better if he was like addicted to drugs or something, like some sort of. But you just suck, you know. It's not even a harrowing story. Yeah, stop playing with the fucking camera. He's already trying to. He's trying to feel how much it costs with his hands so he can pawn it later.
Hey, all right, I don't steal things, right?
Yeah, but I wish you did. Like, I wish you stole things and you were like addicted to heroin, because then it'd be like but you just suck. Like, you can't show up to McDonald's on time. You get fired. You put zero thought. What did you think was gonna happen?
We're gonna weasel through.
What did you think was gonna happen?
What are you talking about?
So you moved to Chicago with like $50 to pursue comedy, correct? So you had no college degree, no real plans, like $8, no job experience except being fired from McDonald's, and you've never done stand-up before. And it's going exactly how it.
It's been a
year later, negative $80 in your bank account, 2 failed jobs.
You have the confidence like you grew up like Brett Kavanaugh, like in the same like privilege.
What confidence? I'm not privileged.
You do have white confidence. You have more confidence than I do. I'm fearful.
It's not confidence as much as it's luck. It keeps turning on my side.
He's about to be like, I like beer. I just like beer. I like beer. I like beer a lot.
I like drinking.
Yeah. No, it really is like it. It's like you have like a lacrosse team and your parents, but you got nothing.
Luck keeps turning on my side.
That's also like the last thing people always say before they end up like dead too. You know, oh yeah, I got luck on my side, and then a week later, you're frozen in the winter snow.
You thought about getting into like God or something?
What'd you say?
Maybe ISIS. Maybe you should check out an ISIS is hiring. I would like to see like Kwamin getting rejected by Islamic group. They're like, he's 40 minutes late to his own suicide bombing. We're not going to have him. They're just pissed.
Guys just kneeling.
You thought ISIS was
guys
angry
kneeling
Mal.
in the desert. He's not coming. You can go. I mean, he was gonna kill you. You can go home, I guess.
It's ISIS. The new video is just shitting on Kwamin for being 2 hours late to a beheading. Well, do you even have a knife? He showed up an hour late with a plastic fork.
The FBI like catches y'all because you're just
The recent
sending
attacks
money
in
over
Paris
Venmo.
Result of Kwamin Marshall's inability to show up to the Syrian war zone on time.
They kind of blew up a clock as like a weird metaphor.
We will continue to shoot American civilians until he reports and clocks in.
So, just back to the stock thing. Based off your brief experience with it, are you plan on doing stocks in the future? Like if you have money? Yeah.
Yeah, if you keep putting money into it. Yeah.
No, I'm not putting any money.
Well, then no.
I'm gonna have to try to figure a way to make some money out of everything you lost.
What do you mean? Oh, it's $8. Give me it back. I can get it back.
You still get negative $40. If you gave you the $40 right now, you're still looking at a hot negative $40.
I can give it back, baby.